Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 60. My name is Jason Ripperling. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC, and I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-RENTAL.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And today is March 30th, 2022. So the 11-month window is going to be, wait, that doesn't exist actually. So the 11-month window doesn't exist for today. And the 7th-month window is going to be October 30th, 2022. As always, on the resale side, you can find us at BuyandSellDVC.com. On the rental side, it's DVC-RENTAL.com. Remember the dash to save the cash. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, of course.
Twitter, TikTok. Technically, we're on Pinterest, but we don't really do much on Pinterest. So we're everywhere.
And then we do have a Facebook group, which is
Disney Vacation Club Resales DVC.
And one thing I just want to mention, if you're in that Facebook group, one thing is we don't allow, people to come in and say, I have X amount of points to rent. I need to rent them out. We just don't allow those posts simply because we don't know who is legit and who is not legit. And we don't want anyone getting, scammed on our Facebook group. Yeah. And the reason I mention that is because you may have seen going around where it appears, there was one person who had scammed. It appears up to $20,000 on renting out reservations. So, that's a, very disappointing thing to see, very, scary. We don't want that. That's why, if you're looking to rent points, to me, you should always, go through DVC-Rental because, you just want a company to back up your rental reservations. I don't know if you want anything to say on that.
I was just going to mention that. Yeah, and we're in a ton of Disney and Disney Vacation Club groups, and there's been a large increase recently. Not just one person, a large increase of other people who have been scamming them. And there's a couple people out there who actually contact me. We have a list of people who are known scammers, and we ban them before they get in the group, or as soon as somebody else comes in. A lot of times we get notified that this person has been proven scam somebody in a different group. So we remove everybody as fast as we can if we find out that somebody's a scammer. But as Jason mentioned, that's one of the reasons you want to go with a reputable company like DVC-Rental because, we try to vet people for you. And if something ever happened, we've done over 13,000 reservations right now. And only once has there been an issue where somebody, a reservation got canceled on somebody. It wasn't that they were a scammer. The lady who owned the contract passed away, unfortunately. And when Disney moved the contract over to her children, they canceled the existing reservation that was on there. So we were ended up able to getting her, a different room that she was happy with and gave her a $200 Disney gift card as an apology. But worst case scenario, we've always got your back. We'll protect you. We'll try to find you something that you're happy with, or at least you get 100% of your money back. So, we'll always protect you no matter what. We'll take the loss on it if we have to. But, that's why you want to use somebody reputable.
Right. Because you don't know who's out there. At the end of the day, DVC-Rental is not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, we're not going anywhere.
Scott's not going anywhere anytime soon. So, because what happens is these people scam, and then, I don't know how they make, they just wipe themselves clean from the internet.
What they've been doing recently is they'll find an actual DVC member. They'll create a Facebook profile with it.
Are we teaching people how to...
No, don't do this. What they've been doing is they've been creating a Facebook profile with that person's name, and that way they can sit there and say, go to the the Orlando Orange County Comptroller, and look, you can see that my name is here as a DVC owner, and then they pretend to book rooms for people, they take money, and then they just disappear and never apply to them.
So yeah,
always be very, very careful.
Yeah, at the end of the day, to me, if you go with DVC-Rental, it's just so much more peace of mind. You don't have to worry about, they're getting the members. The members are saying, okay, rent out these points. They're booking the reservation. It's peace of mind. DVC-Rental, longest running rental company in the U.S. They're not going anywhere. It's going to continue to go. So, it's the way to go. So
I agree.
So, I just wanted to touch on that, and then we're going to go right into the rental side of things.
Yep, I'm going to start off this week. We just want to mention that, within the last week or so, Disney's made a bunch of announcements recently. I know you're going to talk about a couple of them, but I also mentioned that the new Polynesian Towers that Disney has announced. Now, there isn't anything absolutely definite yet It appears that there are some larger rooms in the mock-ups and everything, so it appears that they're not just going to be studios. Right now the Polynesian, the big knock on them is that they only have studios and the unbelievably expensive bungalows. So a lot of Polynesian owners are not happy about that. So it seems that there are going to be some different room sizes offered. Nothing has come out. We don't know if it's going to be 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and 3-bedroom grand villas, but it appears that it's not going to just be studios. Again, nothing definite yet. I'm curious to see what sort of pricing they're going to have. Is it could be similar to the new Grand Floridian and Riviera pricing? Are they going to be keeping the same expiration date that Polynesian already has, just like Grand Floridian has done? There's no Riviera, like Grand Floridian, they just came out recently. They did not put in the special Riviera rules where, if you buy there and you ever go to sell it, you can only stay at Riviera. That has not been the case with Grand Floridian. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case with Polynesian. But again, nobody knows just yet. Just wanted to hit on it in case anybody wasn't aware about this, that they are going to be opening these brand new towers. And I actually put out a picture and a little questionnaire type thing the other day on Facebook saying, what are your thoughts on them coming up with, brand new towers? There are a lot of people who are excited about it and excited about the possibility of there being new rooms. There was some other people who were going, it's already too crowded. Where are they going to park people? Because there's not a lot of parking right now at Polynesian. How crowded are the monorails going to be with adding extra rooms to it? So there's a little concern as well. So it's kind of interesting to see what's going to happen. And again, nobody knows just yet.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you want it to be the same? Do you want it to be like Animal Kingdom where, everything's the same? You can book a Kidani, you can book a Jumbo. Or do you want it to be like Boulder Ridge and Copper Creek?
Good question. I really don't have a horse in the race. Personally, I'd rather have them just keep it the same. I own an Animal Kingdom, so I like having the option to go between Kidani and Jumbo House if I want, or not even the option to do that, but a lot of times because Jumbo House is so small, and if Jumbo House sells out, it's nice knowing that I can go to Kidani as well. So, for business-wise, for rentals and resales, them having the same expiration, having them interchangeable where you can stay at either option is definitely helpful. I think personally for me, if I owned a Poly, I'd want it as well, just so I have both choices. Not so I'm locked in and then I'm mad I can't get into the towers, or I buy into the towers and I go, it's sold out. It's not exactly what I wanted. I really like the studios, and there's not a ton of studios because they've built all these other rooms. I think they should be interchangeable. It just makes it a lot easier.
That's what I think it should be interchangeable as well. It'd be easier. I don't know if someone that buys at the towers wishes that it was only the towers, but to me, interchangeable would be the best, I think, for everybody.
Yeah, don't mind the doorbell. Apparently, somebody's bothering us.
No. Maybe it's somebody that wants to rent some points, and they just came to check out the office.
I will say we're 60,
Scott just got thrown off there. I could tell.
We're 60 videos in. Not once have we ever had the doorbell go off before, so that's actually pretty good.
So any other news on the Polynesian you want to mention?
No, not really. I know you've got a bunch of stuff, and I know you were thinking about doing the Polynesian as well.
Yeah, and we don't know the room total, right? No.
Nobody knows the room totals or anything yet.
All right, now we're on to your food review of the week.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
So for the food review...
Maybe you just got a delivery, that's what it is.
It's not. I can see that there's somebody who's here to possibly look at the pool, apparently, which we didn't know about. So I don't know if this is a guy walking behind us, but, feel free to wave to him in the background if you see him. But for the food review, I did something for the first time ever. I jumped off of Disney property, but I'm staying local. Actually, we touched on Miller's Ale House, we kind of did that. So outside surrounding area, I had seen a bunch of my friends posting about Crumbl cookies, which
these things are unbelievable.
So you had Crumbl before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Ty's already probably put them up. We've gone on a little bit of a Crumbl kick recently, unfortunately, which is not good for us. But we've tried a couple different ones, and I'm going to do 2 now, the 2 lower ones, and then next week we're going to do the 2 higher rated ones. But went to Crumbl, which is right by the Vineland outlets, so it's probably about 15 minutes from Disney property. So they have the basic. The first one we did was a chocolate chip cookie, just a basic chocolate chip cookie. They offer, what Crumbl does is they offer a couple cookies. Easy for me.
What did you just say?
A couple of cookies. They offer a couple cookies that they always have, and then they have special ones that they bring in, and they switch them every Monday. So there's the chocolate chip, which is one of their basic cookies. It's a nice size cookie. There was barely any chocolate chips in this one. I found it very run of the mill compared to Gideon's. Gideon's is absolutely loaded with chips. Now, I will mention that, Gideon's is also $6 a cookie. With Crumbl, the more you buy, the less expensive it gets, but they're typically around $3 per cookie, a little over $3, so about half of Gideon's price. So the value is there. But the chocolate chip cookie I felt was very run of the mill. There was barely any chocolate chips in it, so not so great. I give that 7.1. The next one they had was one of their specials. It's called the Blue Monster, featuring Chips Ahoy. The frosting was pretty good on top of this, and it was just a fun cookie, lots of little pieces of chocolate chip throughout the cookie. Very good. Again, I don't put it on par with Gideon's yet. I find that Gideon's was better, but for the value...
Yeah, that means it's going to happen.
Yeah, for the value, it's better than Gideon's. This cookie got 7.8, so I definitely did... don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with these cookies. But compared to Gideon's, they are a little bit lower, but very happy with them, less expensive. They're nearby. You don't have to sit there and wait 2 hours in line to get Gideon's or, sign up for their list. So it's a really nice option to have. And I'm happy and unhappy that I found this because honestly, I'm gonna do another cookie review next week, but we've gotten more cookies since then also. And I don't want to keep doing cookie reviews because it'll be a little sickening for people to sit here every week, sit there and tell you what cookies I've had. But I've got to Crumbl now 2 or 3 times, and we've tried like 7 or 8 of their cookies. And they're good. They're very good cookies.
I will tell you this. Is Crumbl, is it mainstream? Like, has it been around for a long time? Or
I think it's it's in all other states as well. Like, the reason we found this is, I think, not found this, I knew about this, but I saw our buddy Tyler Lee, who has rented out some points, and he's bought a contract with us as well. And he's in Kentucky. And, you probably met Tyler. He was at the party that we had. I'm not sure if you remember exactly who he is, but good guy. He was posting his Crumbl thing. And then I think somebody else in another state ran out and they posted their Crumbl thing. And I'm like, we're going to Crumbl tonight. So we zipped over to Crumbl and tried it as well. And now on Facebook, in this like little group of friends, almost every week somebody's posting another Crumbl thing. And they're kind of like, which one do you like this week? It's gone back and forth. So it's been fun. But yeah, we've been very...
Because I got introduced to Crumbl in December of last year. I remember. Okay. And I thought they were amazing. But I don't remember all the different... you
remember what kind you had? Because it's hard because they switch them up every week,
I was going crazy with them because somebody had this whole big box, so...
Yeah, like I think we've been getting them in boxes of 6. You can buy a single, or you buy them in a box of 3, then they've got a box of 6, and then a dozen box. So we've been doing the boxes of 6. And I try to share them with the kids, and the problem is...
The kids eat them, right?
The kids eat them, but not as much as I do, unfortunately. Okay. So I have to be careful with what I'm doing here, and... I had to stop for a little bit just because I can't keep eating cookies nonstop. But again, these were probably some of the least exciting ones of any of that I've tried so far, but they're still good. So
yes,
you can't go wrong. We've been very happy with Crumbl. Check them out. And we're looking for sponsorships, Crumbl. If you want to throw some money our way,
definitely.
We'll put a little Crumbl banner behind us or something like that. Just something to think about.
Okay, so I just want to go into the buy and sell side, and mainly this week it's just a bunch of news. So as Scott mentioned, the Polynesian Villa that just was announced, it's supposed to come out in 2024. They don't have the full details of it. Information just keeps getting, leaked constantly. And then the ESPN Club is closing. And
that hurts me.
That closed at the beginning of everything that happened in March of 2020 and never reopened.
Nope.
And it's becoming the Cake Bake Shop by Gwendolyn Rogers. Is that mainstream or...
I think maybe she has like a shop somewhere else, so maybe there's 2. It's not like a big thing. It's not like, a tenth as big as Crumbl, I'm sure. But this is not like her first shop, I don't believe. Because
I did go to the website for the Cake Bake Shop, and the first cake that I saw was $115. And
yeah, I saw some basic stuff like that too, and they all seemed very pricey. So, not those. I love the ESPN Club. I thought that was a great option. I mean, you're a sports guy. I love sports as well. It was a place that a lot of times you could get into last minute. You're right by Boardwalk, fun atmosphere, and not too expensive food. You pick up burgers and Philly cheesesteaks, like stuff, $15 range. And I'm really hoping that's not being replaced by a bakery that's charging $100+ for a cake.
Well, I will say that, I used to go to the ESPN Club, late 90s, early 2000s, frequently. I haven't been there as much, but I guess I would think that you need that there for, the option of you want to go watch whatever, your Ohio State football game. I guess you're going to have to go off property really to go to the ale house. But so I was kind of surprised. I didn't know the demand would be there for a bake shop to go in there.
It's surprising to me too, because they have the bakery there and they had the ice cream. They had Ample Hills ice cream, and that closed down. And then they brought in their own ice cream. So you figured, okay, you've got a nice big restaurant here, a sports bar type thing that people really, really enjoyed, had a good amount of demand. And you figure, I figured they bring in something somewhat similar, and this just seems to be the complete opposite direction.
I mean, Disney is, they usually make good
decisions. They know what they're doing.
So,
they know what they're doing.
If I was in the meeting and they said the cake, I would be like, But anyway.
I can't imagine there's a ton of people who are celebrating that the cake shop is open.
Well, I saw people were excited about it. And so that's when
until they see the pricing. I hope we're wrong. I hope they've got less expensive cakes, and we'll go try it out. I'll go try it out.
and I didn't realize that I didn't realize that cakes were needed while you're on vacation. But I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to make sense to me.
We'll see how it goes. Remember, this is March 30th, 2022.
Anything could change. I don't know.
So Disneyland Tower construction still going. It's now vertical, so that's moving along. And minivan service is returning this summer. Now, I'm not really that familiar with it, so...
I've never personally taken the minivan service. It seems like a very good option. Instead of people taking Uber and Lyfts, they're taking the minivan, which is, I think, typically run by Lyft as it is. But the people are screened by Disney, and they've got the minivans. It seems like it's a little more expensive, but it's a themed and, in my opinion, safer option than just hopping in, a car with somebody from like an Uber or Lyft, because you never know what you're going to get. These people, it's kind of like DVC-RENTAL. You kind of like, there's people behind this. That we've been vetted, and same with the minivans. Instead of just calling somebody and they just show up at your door to pick you up, you're calling the minivan service. You know that they've been doing this. They've got the special van. You know that they're vetted by Disney, and if there's ever any issues, you can go to Disney to help you out. So, I mean, I've never taken it. I'm very happy to have them back, though.
Yeah.
Plus, truthfully, I live close by. I love seeing the minivans just driving around. It's just good feelings. So, very happy that minivan's coming back.
And the Saratoga Springs main pool is getting a refurb in 2023. And direct prices, this is like 10 days old now. Direct prices for Saratoga Springs, Old Key West, and Animal Kingdom are now at $200 per point.
Disney's just going crazy with all the news recently. It's just one thing after another, we're going to do brand new Grand Floridian, we're going to do brand new Polynesian, and all of a sudden we're going to raise these prices for these 3 older resorts. I don't know what they're doing.
And then I think this is, was said in the last episode, June 10th is the grand opening for the Grand Floridian Resort Studio.
I think that's right. We actually booked our first room the other day. So anybody who owns at Grand Floridian can book now, and then I believe it's May 14th. Outside owners can start booking these rooms.
And when's your reservation for?
I don't remember the exact date of it. So
was it coming up, or is it?
I believe it's in July.
Oh, okay.
It's in July. We had to use a Grand Floridian owner to do it, which a little bit of a pain in the butt. It doesn't show up online right now. So you can't even check availability to see if the new Grand Floridian rooms are there. Grand Floridian owners can call them on the phone and say, hey, I want these dates, and they can book it over the phone. So you can't book it online. You can't check availability online. You can't see it as an owner or as a somebody who owns at a different resort. So
interesting.
It's not there yet. A little bit of a pain. I'm not sure why Disney hasn't gotten that up and running yet, considering the resort is live to be booked right now. I guess Disney's so busy with all the other stuff, they kind of neglected that part.
And then DVC has rebranded the guaranteed weeks as favorite weeks, which I really think is a good idea, because I think the guaranteed weeks, they're not a huge seller. Most people they just want to buy points and then use the points. But now, the DVC guide may say, well,
I didn't even know this. They just changed the wording on it. Yeah. Everything stays the same, but just they're now calling them favorite weeks.
Right. Because I think it's better. It's like, hey, you just ask the family, do you have a favorite week to visit Disney World? Yeah. They say no. Okay. They don't have to worry about it. They say yes. You say, okay. Well, we also have this option where you could purchase your favorite week, and then they can explain it. I think it's just better. I'm happy with this decision on the rebranding, because the guaranteed weeks, it's just, that sounds to me like it's too old school timeshare, like that. Yeah. Disney Vacation Club is just always been on the fact of you just buy points and use the points when you want to use the points here, there, everywhere.
That's a very good point.
So,
a lot of other timeshares, as you know, they'll say, I've guaranteed week 42, and it's based by numbers like that, guaranteed week 13. So you're absolutely right that that's probably just trying to rebrand a little bit, remarket it, and just get away from that old timeshare thought and changing the name. And again, I hadn't even heard of this, so
yeah, I mean, if
sharing, Jason.
there's families out there that, whatever the case may be, they always vacation the same week. That's their favorite week. It becomes, I think it's,
And that's locked in. You can always switch to different weeks also. Just for people who haven't seen it. Yeah, because I know you went over this in a previous episode, but not everybody has gone through all 60. And if they did, there's a good chance they're in a psychiatric ward right now. So they may have missed the episode where you talked about it. So just
But most people, again, most people just buy points and then they use the points. But and the favorite weeks is only for, a few resorts. It's, it doesn't go back to, Boardwalk Beach Club or anything like that. So, well, we hope you enjoyed episode 60, and thanks for watching. And be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. We got to get up to 1,000 subscribers on the buy and sell side.
Yeah, DVC Rental is well over 1,000, and we greatly appreciate that. We've got to get buy and sell over 1,000 so Jason can finally take off this tie. So otherwise, he's going to be wearing this for the rest of his life.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching.